Okay, the next word problem is a think, pair, share. So this is one that you should try on your own. Over here in the right-hand corner, I'm giving you the answer. Number of nickels should be 41, and the number of quarters is 18. So at this point, pause the video, and we'll pick up when you come back, and I'll share with you my solution. So go ahead and pause. All right. So now you've given this a try, and maybe you want to see this solution. And I did the solution slightly different, which is actually going to make it a little bit smaller. So we'll get to that. Okay. So Nima has $6.55 worth of quarters and nickels in his pocket. The number of nickels is 5 more than 2 times the number of quarters. How many nickels and how many quarters does Jesse have? So, I let Q represent the number of quarters and N the number of nickels. The value of a quarter is 25 cents. The value of a nickel is 5 cents. The total for quarters is going to be the number of quarters times the value of a quarter. And the total value of nickels is equal to the number of nickels times the value of each nickel. So again, this problem is modeled off the previous one. So what we know is that the total of quarters and nickels is equal to the total of quarters plus the total of nickels. And we're told that it's $6.55. So that should be equal to 655. Okay, so this is one of our two equations that we can use, but it's unfinished. Then the second equation came from this second sentence where it said the number of nickels is, which is equal sign, 2 times the number of quarters and 5 more than that. All right, so this is our second equation. And I just labeled this one equation 1 and the other one equation 2. All right, so all of this so far is what has been given to us in the problem itself. So I created this table to try and organize this information. So, I've got, type, number, value, being equal to total in quarters, total of nickels. And so the number of quarters is being represented by Q. And this is where the difference is from maybe the example that I just gave you. I think in the example I just gave you, I would have just put N here for the number of nickels. But I decided to go ahead and put equation number 1, this one that we got at the very beginning, and substitute N with 2Q plus 5. All right, so the next column, we've got the value of quarters, which is 25.25. The value of a nickel is 0.05. And so the total value in quarters is going to be multiplying straight across. So we've got 0.25 times Q. And that's what the total in quarters is going to be equal. And now going across for nickels, because I substituted 2Q plus 5, it's going to be 2Q plus 5 plus 0.05. So we've got 0.05 times 2Q plus 5. And that's our total value in nickels. And the total of both quarters and nickels, we were told, was $6.55. So using this relationship between the total of both types of coins, okay, we were told that the total value of both was $6.55. The total in quarters is what I've got right here, 0.25Q. Computer's heating up. Plus the total in nickels. And the total in nickels is given by this equation down here, or this expression, which is 0.05 times 2Q plus 5. So now it's just a matter of simplifying this down. I do want to make this point of this note that I made off to the side. So by kind of substituting in this value of n with 2q plus 5, we've already got one equation here with one unknown. So we're ready to go to solve for this one unknown. So applying the distributive property, 0.05 times 2q plus 5, we get this expression with these two terms. And so we're trying to solve for q. So I subtracted both sides by 0.25. And 6.55 minus 0.25 gives me $6.30. And these two terms are like terms, so they can be added together. That gives us 0.35q. Divide both sides by 0.35, and we get the number of quarters is equal to 18. So now in order to find the number of nickels, we can come up here and use this equation. The number of nickels is equal to 2q plus 5. So the number of nickels is equal to 2q plus 5, and we just figured out that the number of quarters is 18. So now we can just substitute 18 in for q and simplify this down, and we get the number of nickels is 41. So NEMA has 18 quarters and 41 nickels, totaling $6.55. Let me know if you have any questions.